Going on, fam? This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're back again, continuing our numerology personal year series. And today we will be talking about the personal year and month number 7. That's right. So I hope you're having fun learning more about yourself and how you can better use these tools, right? Tools, these are tools, right? In our lives to add more balance, more, focus, give us more divine alignment in our lives, and really get in tune with ourselves, right? And that way, we can really help people with these numbers, especially once we dive deeper and deeper into them and what they mean, and what different elements and different minerals are aligned with these vibration of these numbers. So there is so much more that we can really get into with these numbers. But again, this is just the surface level. This is not religion. This is not a cookie cutter recipe. But however, if you utilize these tools that I have up on the screen, you will add some balance to your life, guaranteed. Okay. That's if you take action. But if you don't take any action, nothing's going to happen. All right. Cause and effect. Remember that. No cause, no effect. A cause and effect. Right. So, anywho, let's do a quick recap. And remember, I'm gonna have all additional information. I'm gonna have a reference down below. That way you can align yourself and be smart too. And continue your own personal studies and research. Learn for yourself. Okay. Don't believe anything I'm telling you. I'm just sharing my personal experience. That way I'm doing my part, to provide a service and to help, raise the frequency vibration, yeah, and help people level up and tap into they limitless potential. All right. However, okay, guys, so let's run through everything real quick. All right, just to do a quick recap. All right, so it's all about personal year number 7. So for the sake of training, we calculate the month year of your birth, and with this year it lets you into a personal year numbers 7, right, and month. And so, and where do we go with this? So using this chart, going from left to right here, we have this personal year, personal month chart. This will help you stay on task, and that way you can stay in alignment to what you have going on in your life and the overall thing with everybody else in the universe as well, because you have a world thing, then you have your own personal thing. All right. So you have the microcosm, macrocosm, and the microcosm. So remember that, as above, so below. All right. But with this personal year chart here, what you're going to do, so it's all about personal year number 7. So we're in the personal year number 7, and we're in the month of November. That way we can figure out what the hell we're supposed to be doing for this month. So it's a number 9 month. So I have this zodiac wheel here, which in case it's all 12 houses. However, the number system keep repeating itself. Remember, 1 through 9. And we have that number 0, which is the God force source, the all in all, right? But but when you do the calculation, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3. But and they still have their own energy as well, but it's overflow. All right. Everything is interconnected. Okay. All right. But again, there's no cookie cutter recipe. But I promise you, if you utilize the tools I have on the screen here, it's going to add some balance to your life. And plus, utilize the references as well. But for a 7 personal year, if you use this, right? Because you can use this for the year, month, week, day. Okay. But as long as you know the number vibration, you'll know exactly what's going on. But for a 7 personal year, the overall theme is, just life purpose, reflection, refinement, tap into your intuition, declutter your mind, body, and your circle of friends, if you have it. All right. But it's all about really getting those weeds out, really putting, your mind as a garden, and you really want to put in things in your mind that's gonna give you a high return on your investment, if that makes sense. Because you invested in yourself each and every day. All your choices, good or bad, those are little mini investments. Some of those investments are going to give you a high return. Some of them going to give you very little. It may be instant gratification through, just pure excitement, or just something tastes good, smell good, feels good, right? But this year is all about, spiritual development, learning, growing spiritually, emotionally, and, spending time in nature and traveling. Okay. So let's dive a little bit deep into this personal year. So, 7 is likely to put you in the mood to be alone. In my experience, you may feel like pursuing your interests, traveling, or finding a way to really escape from, the business pressure, or just being, around, I guess the system per se in general. But a 7 person is like a cocooning stage for the psyche, because you want to give your mind want a break, because answering all these different problems and situations, you just really want to give your a mental break in which you analyze, reflect, right, and try to shed any behaviors, relationships, and or patterns that may have been holding you back from becoming your greatest version of yourself. So being alone with nature really gonna make a positive difference in your state of mind overall. So spend as much time with nature, ground yourself, take your shoes off, and really connect. Ask harder questions. All right. But let's talk a little bit more of what's gonna, in my experience, what may possibly encounter during this year. But even if you have a reputation of being a extrovert, a year 7 is likely to put you in the mood of being alone. Like I mentioned, you may feel like pursuing your interests and traveling, find a way to escape from business pressure, right? But this is a year that you really want to really tap into your intuition, right? And this is gonna really mean the most to you this year. Really listen to that inner oracle, trusting your intuition. For me, a number 7 year felt like uh how would you explain it? The best. Okay, so I'm not a mom, but just looking at how mothers go about get impregnated, right? And you giving birth. 7 is a year where you really, it's a seed that's manifesting in you, right? And you really need to nurture that seed during that time frame. That seed is nothing more than yourself, right? You are becoming another person during this time frame, in my experience, and you really need some time alone to really figure out, who am I, right? But I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that. And but again, it's all about self-improvement, including surgery. This will be a great year too if if you want to have any kind of operations, but seeking counseling or therapy or just higher education. But 7 is a year to really enrich your spiritual side. Now, the important question is, like I mentioned to you, who am I? What am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? These are all the questions that you really need to, tap into this year. Ask harder questions. Okay. That's what I had to do. But this year is really spiritual rather than a personal. All right. Because you're gonna go away from that material world with the, number 6, where you really focus on that home and family and gratitude, for the things you have and the things you don't. And there's light at the end of the tunnel, especially when you planting seeds every day, utilizing the universal laws. You can't go wrong, right? But but there can be many changes within which you can that can deeply affect your emotion, forcing you to think more carefully about your consequences for our thoughts and actions. But changes during this year would make you feel more aware of where your personal strengths lie overall. Now, this is a year for learning, like I mentioned to you before, and can only occur through your own personal experience, which to many means sacrifice. And sacrifice is all about just giving up one thing of lesser value, but knowing that you expect that with growth you're getting something bigger in return. You know what I'm saying? That just like big a good analogy is like going from a tricycle to a bicycle, or having a bicycle with training wheels on them, right? Or a smaller bike with training wheels on it. You take the training wheels off. Now you're riding the bike. However, you see that there's a bigger bike, and you can take on that responsibility with that bigger bike because through practice and repetition, you didn't develop a sense of self mastery there, right? Over time. So I'm saying all that to say this, this is sacrifice is a good thing. All you're doing is letting go. All right. But to wrap things up, this is a year is, like I mentioned before, tap into that inner oracle, meditate, yoga, Really work on your breath this year. Okay, this cycle. Trust your intuition. You know, when we fail to accept our higher guidance and choose to live only in the material world, we can only open ourselves up to material losses in love, health, or in both. So it's especially important to involve any large scale business dealing or financial investing, during this year. So please remember that. If you do, just use it, a little caution, okay? Don't get greedy. All right. So, but this year, as we close, it's all about consolidation. It's somewhat kind of like a sabbatical. You want to take some time alone, get away. You don't you don't want to really be around much people, but much is gained through reflection and personal refinement. You may want to ask yourself some important questions like, what's my purpose? You know what I'm saying? Or do I really want my life to be like? Because as a man or a woman thinking his or her heart, so is he or she. So figure out what you want to do. The sky's the limit. Don't put yourself in a box, okay? Don't go for the status quo with what's available in college and stuff like that. There's a whole world. You can make up your own, business, long as it's helping people, okay? It's helping people to evolve spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and it also, you know, helping people to have gratitude and appreciation, right? That's what it's all about. All right. So at the end of the day, but as we close for the month of July, what you really need to focus on is going to be a strong month. And again, it's all about soul searching. You really need to figure out what's really important in my life right now. My family, right? Not the money, the family, my knowledge, my experience, my wisdom, right? You can lose everything, but when you have the knowledge to duplicate the things that you've done already, it's too easy, right? Too easy. But this is the time you really need to work on your spiritual side. Read new books. That's why you listen to this presentation right now, because something led you, your spirit, intuition, right, to me, to share with you. And that way you can really work on yourself some more, because I'm a reflection of you. I'm just here to remind you how great you are, and you don't give up. Continue to work on yourself. This is a great time to write a book. Also listen to audiobooks if you're not a big, avid reader, but spend time with nature, feed the bird, have fun. And lastly, utilize the 7 Hermetic principles daily, okay? And remember, your thoughts, belief, words, emotion, and action are always going to equal your results. All right. And the reason why you're here on Earth right now, seeing all these synchronicity, all these different messages, right? These are life lessons that test you and for you to pass. And this will enable you to progress positively along your path. Your experience of life lessons to test you and for you to pass and to enable you to progress positively along your path. One more time, the reason why you're here right now at this time, you are here to change the planet. You're a game changer. You are greatness. You are born from greatness. You came from greatness because I am greatness. And these are just many tests to, for you to pass. All right. Don't live your life on repeat. Pass the test, right? And this will enable you to, learn these tough lessons, share these, lessons with people so they don't, go through the same situation that you went through. It's all about sharing, man. Help people level up. All right. Take the business model out of everything. Help people give, right? But this will enable you to progress positively along your path. All right. But again, we're going to continue our numerology series with the number personal year and month number 8, guys. And we're going to continue to have fun with these numbers. But again, be sure to click the like and subscribe button down below. This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. Have a wonderful day. Stay grateful and focused, fam. Till next time, peace.